Good morning. Good morning. Uh, I want to talk briefly on something that has been bothering me for a very long time. It has to do with men having that mindset to hit a woman. Should I call it men batterers? What can come upon a man to actually make him hit a woman? I've been trying to wonder for a very long while, and the only place I can point my fingers to is the fact that this man may actually have not been well trained. By being well trained, I'm not saying he wasn't given proper home training. No, his parents may have tried their best to actually give him good home training, but along the line, the parents may not have realized that giving a child proper home training for best behavior in the society goes beyond just talking and beating the child. It has to do with more of living by example. You can't be telling your son or your daughter not to hit a woman or shall be disobedient to their husband, whereas you are in the habit of always hitting your wife, and your wife is in the habit of always abusing you before your kids. It doesn't work that way. Most of the things we see in society are things that children may have copied from their parents, from their elders, in the home front, in the space of the extended family, and what have you. So, training up a child goes beyond just shouting and beating and harassing that child. It has a lot more to do with living by example. And so, I really want to talk about this morning. Besides getting that training from your parents, from your words, from your guardians, I think it is necessary for every human to look within them and ask, should I actually hit someone else who is of the weaker sex? If you really want to try out your strength, why don't you go and fix a mad bout with a fellow man like yourself? That is another angle to be exploited. Because I can't see why a man with his full faculties and reasoning would hit a woman for no just reason. First of all, it can be avoided. If you've been living in this country for a while now, at least you should be mindful of the fact that women generally are talkers. They talk a lot. So, if you have that at the back of your mind, it is inherent on you to understand that when they start talking, it is time for you to keep quiet and walk away. It is time for you to keep quiet and walk away. The reason why they call them the weaker sex is because they can't hold it in like the man does. The man takes care of the family, the man takes care of the kids, the man takes care of bills, the man takes care of the extended family, the man takes care of even outsiders. This may not be peculiar to most men, but that is the case. Every woman comes to be dependent on the man. It is oftentimes in 10 amongst 100 cases that you see the woman making more money than the man. And so, in such a situation where the man takes all in and we are assuming you have the necessary training to actually hold your family intact, you can be patient, you can be tolerant, and you know a woman talks a lot. My advice would be, when she starts nagging, what are the possible escape routes you can find when such a situation occurs? One, is she the type that nags a lot? If yes, why don't you try to do things that will make her not nag? Why don't you just give in to her request if it is legal and lawful and also fair to all concerned. It is advisable to just give in to her demands. I don't see what is wrong in a wife asking for more sex. She needs it. If you can give it, give it. At least it will prevent you from going outside as a man. Okay, let's go to the issue of taking care of your family. You befriended this lady, you courted for a while, you know her. It is evident that you survived while with her in courtship. You should also try to manage the situation while you are in marriage. I know things will get worse, but if you couldn't bear it in relationship, I don't see why you moved on to getting married. But now we are here. Let's deal with why you are in the marriage. I think at this point in time, you should find a way to deal with it, and it is not by hitting the woman. It is not by hitting the woman. Go out and hit a man. Go and hit someone your kind. Let's see how it will go. If they beat you twice and 3 times, 4 times, I believe your senses will return. There is no reason to hit a woman, no matter the circumstance. No matter the circumstance, you are the lord of the house. That does not mean you are the lion of the house. To prey on the weaker vessel, your wife. No. Your wife is you. You are your wife. You should protect her. So, most times women are the cause. I want to balance this video. I don't want to just talk about blaming the men or whatever. Most times women can be very deadly when it comes to their tongue. Yes, they can come to you and be like, you're not man enough, you are a 2 minute man, you don't have the finance to take care of your family. They can talk all nonsense, all anything that comes to their mind, is just spill it out. That is not in any way, in fact, whatever they are saying does not concern you. Let me put it that way. Whatever they are saying at that point in time is none of your business. And the reason I say this is, whatever she feels at that moment in time is how she expects, is what she feels, is what she wants, is the pain she wants, is the pain she's feeling inside that she wants to give back to you. So at that point in time, you should find your happiness. And the way to find your happiness is to walk away. I bet you, if you come back in the next 1 hour, she'll be begging you. She'll be wanting to be on the good side of things. She'll want to get your love back. She'll want to get all those things back. We all get frustrated at times. We all get frustrated. But you should never raise your hands on a woman. It is not advisable. It is not done. People do it, but it is not done. You should never raise your hand on a woman. I was in a few days back, I went to get fuel from a filling station, the Rain Oil filling station by Summit in Asaba here, and I got into this discussion with a man and a woman, and the man was like, once in a while you need to give just one slap to reset the brain. And I was like, what if after giving that slap, the woman falls on the floor and gives up? Would the satisfaction you got from that slap be equivalent to the pain you face for the rest of your life in prison? Because when we do these things, we don't know we are trying to hurt ourselves. We think we are trying to hurt the woman. Will the satisfaction you get from hitting that slap, will it be equivalent to the pain and regret you face if that woman slumps and it ends up in you getting imprisoned? I doubt that it will be. I doubt that. So, from one man to another, this is an advice for men. From one man to another, I would say this: the next time that woman takes you to the edge, I've been there. I've been there. The next time that woman takes you to the edge and it feels like you want to fall, just fall. By falling, what I mean is leave the house. I believe that your marriage is ended. Just leave the house and go take a bottle of beer somewhere. take a bottle of beer, hang out with a friend or two. Don't communicate with them. Don't tell them about what has happened. Just go and be happy. And when you come back home, I bet you give me a thank you. You thank me later. I believe that. So, with all I've said, I believe I've been able to help someone somewhere that the route, the escape route to a nagging wife, to an impossible woman, to an unbelievable woman, it's not to raise your fist on them. It is not to hit them. It is not to beat them. It is simply to walk away. Walk away for your peace of mind. Walk away for the absence of regret. Walk away because hitting a woman makes you a coward. Walk away because walking away means strength. Not every man can take what you are taking and walking away. A lot of them will raise their fist to show that they are the man. But really, you don't really need to raise your fist to show that you are a man. You only need to be a man by being a man. And by being a man, you need to be strong, firm, and decisive. By being decisive, you need to be brutal without being physical. Yes, you need to be brutal without being physical. By being brutal, I don't mean at exerting any kind of force. I mean standing on your ground. You don't need to submit to anybody by being physical. You just need to stand on your ground and remain there. If the knack continues, go and get a bottle of beer. That's my advice from me to you. Have a nice day.